Yes, there we go.
Testing, testing.
You guys missed all the awesome conversations we've been having.
Good. So, yeah,
Can we
the thing is, I
can
wouldn't
we
notice it
repeat
because
it?
I've got.
No.
I've got a trick memory, but it's probably not that good on demand. Although my personal inner commentary on your imaginations is pretty funny, I would think you'd like to be heard. In theory,
One would think.
one would think. Yeah. So what I ended up doing is that after, you know, doing a deep dive into his channel because I really like the guy's performance and everything. Artist I'm talking about is Peter Hollins. He's got a YouTube channel out there and everything. He's mostly a cappella, though he's gone with performance with Fox and the Hound and some others. Reached out and like basically, hey, never done this before kind of thing, but I was wondering about potentials for permission or licensing or what it would take in, to be able to use your content on my channel, my materials. And he said basically link back to the channel or the website, basically, just the most basic of attribution. And if it's on, if it's on my YouTube channel, you can use it. Look, that is the best licensing agreement you're ever going to get.
Do you know who said that to me? Oh my god. Tailed Feature.
Okay.
Because I asked him, I'm like, do you? Because I was when I was doing the when I do eventually play American Trucking Simulator,
Mm-hmm.
I have my own radio station,
Okay.
and so I've just been throwing like me first the Gimme Gimme's version of Eastbound and Down, and then
Mm-hmm.
other stuff. And then I asked him, I'm like, well, if I plan on using, Show Me Your Pizza, which is Dankula's song, and I'm like, I don't want to impose. And I go, do you mind if I play that? And he goes, yeah, go ahead. I was like, okay. And so when I downloaded it, I actually donated, I think it was like $7 to his Streamlabs,
Hey.
or his donor link for SoundCloud. I downloaded it off of SoundCloud, and I essentially paid him for it. And he goes, "Oh, you
Cool.
didn't need to do that," and I'm like, "Yeah, I did." Like,
Yeah, it's like, uh, you didn't think I needed to. I needed to. Yeah, that's one thing is I am going to, maybe with my next annual bonus check, I'll have to do a little bit of figuring that out. Is I might end up going out to his website and buying a few of his albums because I like the arrangements he does. He's got a great voice. There are two other sets of music that I play on my art streams. One involves stuff that's in the public domain, like performances by military bands.
yeah.
Those can't be copywritten. So hey, winning, winning.
Absolutely.
The third set is stuff by Straight No Chaser. And you figure in their shows, they're like, you know how most artists performing everything, you go to a concert and they're like all kinds of things about don't record, no recording, everything like that. Yeah. Straight No Chaser, it's record and share. We want to say record our entire performance. We want to see your videos on YouTube.
Nice.
Like okay, well I haven't been to one of their concerts, but I'm doing my part to share some of it. Well, guess what? Next month they've got a concert in Grand Rapids, and I sprung for tickets.
Yeah.
And I am planning on taking my phone and a camera.
Well, you were told.
Let's say, and when they, and the thing is, it was their whole, from their original performances in their college days. It was one of those videos from like a performance in college that got the attention of an executive at Atlantic, which got them their recording contract. So they made very careful to make sure that the ability to record the live concerts was part of their recording contract. Hey, Critical and Batman, we got kind of a busy chat over there.
Yeah, definite difference from last week.
Yeah, last week was a little bit.
Of course, like everyone was streaming last week, so it wasn't a big deal. But
yeah, you get the everybody streaming, and then you get the question of which everyone's are streaming. It's like, especially when you get like a lot of audience overlap.
I'm gonna spend some time with my family today. It's like, sure you want to do that? I'm gonna move the water and the oxygen up to the upper level.
Okay.
The material processor can stay down.
So remember that those have to have the wiring hookups. Let's see.
I have the electric, so.
Okay. Well, the both of those need water too.
Yeah.
Oh, and Dex says, tell Johnny he needs to up the volume by 50%. Oh. For his outgoing, he's quiet. So your mic setting specifically.
Oh, my thing just crashed.
What, the game or?
No, the controller for the mic audio.
Oh.
Yeah, it's being a bitch. Per usual.
Well, how dare you? How dare it?
Okay, how about that?
That's coming across better to me, so I would think that might be coming across better to the audience too.
And to answer your question there, Furry, yes.
Generic survival game. Hey, Casual.
How's it going, Casual?
Spooky month for the win.
All right, so we will put that bad boy right there.
And then he leans into it and you get that ASMR thing going.
Let's do that.
I've created a monster.
Alright, so let's bring that. Let's put this over here.
Oh, we gotta.
That's the water. That's the oxygen. And move the kitchen stuff up here.
We're gonna need at least one more big box for processed metals and stuff.
Yeah. At least for the stuff that can get sorted out.
Yeah. Well, I mean the box that's next to the electric furnace is full. And we get stuff in the electric furnace, and we get stuff in the smaller concrete furnace.
What do you have for first aid stuff?
First aid stuff I have. Gotta find the bag. It's in here somewhere. Bandages, suture kits. I got 2 antibiotics, 1 blood thinning, 2 anti-poison, 2 anti-parasitic, and then a bunch of splints and bandages. Because, I hurt myself a lot.
Okay, because I have quite a few things in my med bag, so I was just hoping. I was looking to see if you need anything, because I'm just going to end up moving this stuff up there as well.
Yeah, make sure I'm not running shy. Thought I heard something. Well, it's just there's beefalo over there, but I thought I heard something that might be a little less friendly. Not seeing though, so okay.
Okay, I'm not going to concern myself too much with building in the corner.
Furry bastard, you should not censor yourself like that around Cashel. Cashel's a big girl, she can take it. And Rocky, he is the most adorable little bacon bit you ever meet.
And you.
Of course, it could just be my general insensitivity to people that has me willing to talk like that. I don't think that anybody in this audience is particularly thin-skinned.
I mean, have they met us?
Yeah. So you don't spend too much time hanging around monkey and satsu streams and keep a thin skin. You either toughen up or you leave.
Pretty much.
And both of them are emotionally much more sensitive and kind to people than I am. Oh, hey, there's fish chunks in the water wheel.
Sweet. Alright, so the water and oxygen are set up on the 3rd floor.
All right.
I'm going to come back down. I need... I'll definitely need another box.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
I suppose it's not a cabinet. I suppose it's called a cupboard.
See, that's something I should, that's something I should broadcast, like on end of next week, because the original is in the public domain. I could broadcast the whole movie on my channel without comment, and nobody can take it down or claim it and still be following laws and rules.
And keep in mind, of you guys, are we friends on Steam? Because as you guys have commented on this stream, I've still got shit to give away. So,
well, they don't necessarily have to be friends on Steam.
Well, it's
as long as they're friends on Discord.
As long as there's access to...
Yeah.
If you have access to Steam, I guess would be the correct...
The easy one, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Okay, that is still good. Okay. I'm not going to disconnect the freezers quite yet. Oh, leather's right over here. Well, I've actually just been giving the Steam codes away, so it's easier just giving the code, and then then you can pretty much do with it what you will.
Any way to DM.
Yeah. Cryptic has won Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. I don't know. I don't know if he took it, because he's like, oh, you don't need to do that, and I'm like, oh yeah, I do. But I also gave him Mortal Kombat 11, so he double won on that one, because I figured no one wants that game.
Say, well, there's white elephant gifting, and then there's the, hey, I'm gonna jokingly give you this one, then give you something else so you don't actively hate me for it.
And before you regret anything, here's this other game.
Yeah. Yeah, furry bastard. Do you really hate crypto that much? Doesn't everybody?
Actually, I would have laughed. It was Mr. Yes that got it, but let's see. That's enough sponges there. We don't need. We'll just drop these.
Yeah, discard as many as you want to go to a few of the mines.
Drop. That's a lot of sponge.
Yeah.
Okay, so did I make the cabinet, or did I just think I made the cabinet? Okay, there we go. Gaslighting myself into thinking I didn't make anything. Okay, so this can be first aid.
Terry does enjoy strange games, but I have a sneaking suspicion that even he's got limits. His standard Terry is a strange game. Yeah. His standards may be low, but they're not non-existent. It's like, I have standards. They're low and sometimes inconsistent, but I've got standards.
Okay, so we can put the kitchen bench.
Oh, I am curious. Let's see. We're going for it. Where is... Okay, so the beefalo cannot apparently attack the cave worm. That kind of sucks. All right, we will avenge you for the injury you just took.
Yeah, I, on a whim, because I've been playing with a buddy of mine, and on a whim, I'm just like, I'll just run in, grab all the oxide that I can out of this cave, because we had on a deep mine, a machining drill, and I go in there, and I'm expecting 1, maybe 2 worms. There's 5.
That's a good way to die.
So I go in, I grab the oxide. I'm over encumbered, and I'm making my way out, and I get hit by 1 poison, which slows you down. And then everyone else decided they were going to hit me with theirs. So it was to the point where I couldn't even move. And then amidst my friend, he's like, oh yeah, I'm on my way to come get you. And his son decides, this is a good time to cause trouble in the background.
Whoops.
So he's got to go handle that in real life there. And so I'm like, well, I might as well just die.
Yeah. Let's just be done with this already. I didn't think to bring the biofuel with me, so...
Okay, that's good enough for now.
So I'm not going to be able to do everything I want to do with this, but I can do some. Let's see. Terry standards are subterranean. Terry now owns the female version of Link to the Past. I was reminded that I haven't done it in a while.
There's a female version of Link to the Past? Or am I missing something?
Yeah, Dex's is he and Terry have this weird thing every few months. They buy weird games from their wish list for each other. Not sure why or how it started, but there you go. These are traditions I endorse and encourage.
And then there was the game that Sora tried to introduce.
What's the game Sora tried to introduce?
I don't remember what it was called, but I don't even want to think about it. It was essentially furry porn.
Oh,
And not like subtle furry porn. It was blatant. Criminal.
ah.
Criminal.
So it may not be banned on 7 continents, but it should be.
It's definitely banned on... It's banned in Jontana. I call it Jontana from now on.
That is loosely adjacent to Wiltopia. He literally lives on the world's bottom. Yeah. And the politicians there are the boil on the world's bottom.
Oh, this ain't gonna help anyone.
I remembered what I was going to do. So, which has to do with having 2 deep drills in my inventory. He's opening up the room a little bit. Where the foundry's going to go?
Well, I had plans for it, but that's not working out in our favor. But I have kind of a plan.
That's it. Well, that reminds me of another one. I was like, I got a plan. May not be a good one, but I got a plan. Okay, somewhere here there should be a second. Oh, it's my inventory. Okay. I was like, somewhere here there should be a second wiring tool. Why? Because I gave up and made a second wiring tool.
Oh, I have the wiring tool.
Right. Well, last week I just said, you know, they're expensive when you're starting, but they're not that expensive now as to do the, hey, I still don't want to have 2 of them. 2's fine where we are now.
True.
Okay. Because I was going to drop those deep. I think I was going to drop the deep drills, the electric ones, on the copper.
Yeah, we do need to get
And
some
just-
copper.
And decided that it would take and wire it back to the house grid. So for the trip back, I'm going to have the buffalo following me. And then if we have to add like another solar panel, another battery, we can do that at the house side. Because that tower there will hold another solar panel, I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna add another column, or rather row, to the first floor.
All right.
I might have to go 2
Have more room for the
for the foundry.
foundry. Yep. Yeah. Not trying to make you do all of the
Unless we can have it outside. I guess that would be the...
I'm trying to think if they're susceptible to the elements. I don't remember.
Oh, maybe I should just move that buffalo head.
Well, I mean, if Johnny breaks the wall, Johnny breaks the wall.
I've broken worse.
Yeah, I didn't. I didn't build the house. I've contributed to it in resources and some of the construction things like
Okay, that's not
fabricator and stuff. But
that's not too bad. It's you're not walking into it as you walk through the door, so that's
okay.
a plus. That's the one thing I've wanted to avoid.
Yeah, that's kind of a base minimum. Yeah, you got to be able to walk through the door without tripping over it.
Which would be like I was talking to my buddy on my other game. It would be funny like if you like happen to like walk into each other, if you just lose a hit point just from the collision. It's subtle enough to just be like, oh god damn it.
Not the bees. That is one really a super annoying thing about cave bees. Is how often they respawn the moment you step out the door. Oh, hey, look, he exited the door. Bees are back. Feed the buffalo. Sponge. Water the buffalo. Toss the sponge. Okay, now it's on to the copper mines, I want to say.
So, let's go that. I'm not too worried about that.
And if you haven't raided them, they should even have a couple of stacks of copper each.
Alright, foundry's up and good to go. Which means if we have the titanium and the carbon fiber for it, we can actually just get started with titanium tools.
We've got the titanium. I don't know about the carbon fiber, but it's a possibility. Carbon fiber could be in the could be in the furnace, could be in the box next to the furnace, or could be in the fabricator if we've got any. There's the key. Say, yes, I am a professional buffalo driver.
Put the heads in there. Bring these ores down here.
Yeah, this cave right here is one for worms for certain. They get so old so fast. Okay, that's on copper. Take all. Pick the drill up. Go trade out.
Right there.
He says, I have a cunning plan, my lord. Check him for Baldric possession.
Yeah, I'm putting my medicine bench, which has poison on it, next to the kitchen bench, which has our food in it.
I see no way this can go wrong.
Nothing wrong with that. OSHA would never have an issue.
Say, thinking about how many times I've been poisoned, it's kind of a, yeah, whatever. Oh, yeah, there was a salt deposit there.
Okay, so that can stay there.
Although I think I got another deep drill on a different salt deposit, so I'm not going to worry about that right now. Deploy that.
I'm going to ask you not to die. Or if you plan on dying, set your buffalo to follow.
Alright. Well, I'm about to set my buffalo to follow because I've got to start, I got to hike back for some of this so I can lay down the power lines. You're moving the beds.
Yep.
So I'll have to reset spawn point when I get out. Okay. Yeah, Dax, that sounds about right for what OSHA stands for. If I want to make rat cheese ball poison next to my cheese meant for humans, that's my business.
Okay, so...
Well, this the time I've had to deal with poisoning. OSHA didn't care. What's wrong with him? Arsenic poisoning. Oh, who cares? What now? Lead poisoning. All right. Oh, and mercury. Whatever.
Don't need to be a baby about it.
Pretty much. Just do the okay. Well, let's whatever the treatment is, let's get treated and then back to life. which worked pretty well. Annoyed the mosquitoes, who have the worst time trying to drink my blood without dying.
Probably a hell of a ride on the way down.
Not so
Whoa,
much.
have you tried this guy?
No, the last mosquito that deigned to try to bite me fell off my arm dead before he was dead before he hit the ground. That wasn't because I swatted him. I just looked. He's like, he bites and he falls off dead.
I think there might be a problem.
I tell you, I got a toxic personality.
Okay, so
those times when you start eyeing the pit bulls and like, yeah, go ahead, bite me.
okay, I think carbon fiber might be our only.
Yeah, Dax. Also, fun fact: all standard mosquitoes that we hate are female. Yeah, because male mosquitoes are true vegetarians, which is a surprisingly rare thing in the insect and animal world. Most of the animals that we think of as herbivores are omnivores, that they're primarily vegetable, but they are omnivores of convenience. So, like your deer will eat a snake if it has the opportunity to. The squirrels are China. There's a few that are true herbivores, but they are few and far between. Nectar eaters, those males, good dudes. Their girlfriends,
They could use a touch of personality.
I think it's, if I'm reading right, it says hate them 304s. I got the chat on the other window, and the eyes ain't what they used to be.
Okay, so
Am I heading the right direction, generally speaking? Yes, I am.
screws. Okay, I need screws.
Probably have a decent amount of those still in the one of the.
The machining bench has a plenty.
Yeah.
Carbon
'Cause I
fiber
went through,
is our only problem child here.
Yeah, carbon fiber is always a problem child.
Okay, aluminum, silica ore, epoxy, resin. Okay.
Okay,
And I'll have to
you.
take.
Stay put for a moment.
Take you.
Will gonna bring home the bacon. And more bones for epoxy.
I'll trade you for you. That's what my mom said.
So your mom your mom carried you around the circle in the powwow too, eh?
And I was like, "More, I'll trade you for your sister." It's like, oh. Okay, so this can go up here.
We joked about carrying the kids in the powwow.
I'll have to bring the salting bench up.
I'm glad that the wiring tool does not consume any resources to use.
That is true.
Though if it did, it would make you think much more critically about your
Yeah.
long distance power grids.
Let's see here.
You got to figure I am running a power line from the copper to the house. That's quite the cable.
Where is... carbon fiber? That's got to be tier 2.
Continue on looking more or less that direction, yes.
There it is. Okay, 1 silica, 1 aluminum, 4 organic resin, 2 epoxy.
You get a goodly amount of resources for the organic resin too, because that's the wood and oxide, right?
Yeah.
We get the wood upstairs, and there's a number of stacks of oxide under the stairs.
I know we have a significant amount of organic resin already made.
I kind of lose track and just end up making more too.
Epoxy. I mean, it gets used a lot, so we're not...
Yeah, it's used for its own thing. It's used for the carbon fiber. It's used for electronics. It's one of those things that's like, yeah, you can't really ever have too much. Show me all ingredients in a standard Kardashian woman. Kardashians! Oh. I'm not sure all those resins are organic.
I don't think any of them are organic.
But there's plenty of epoxy, that's for sure.
Let's see.
Figure they pick their butt from the same catalog where Michael Jackson ordered his nose.
$58 should do for now.
That was a start anyway.
Plus, if we really wanted to, we could always use the biofuel radar for picking up animals.
Yeah. So there's that, or I could make a trip to the cold for some mammoth tusks.
That's true.
And the one thing that this cable isn't is straight. If this was real life, there'd be enough wasted copper in this line to the house to wire an entire house.
Should we start with the pickaxes or the knives?
I know
I know I'm going to at least do the hammer. So one pickaxe. One knife.
why is that?
Axe.
There we go. Darn it. There we have grid. The copper deep mines are on electricity in the same grid as the house. It's the big holdout is the aluminum, which can just stay on its own battery and solar panel just fine. At least Michael Jackson was a real star. Those losers. Yeah, they between selling their body to fame and dad's money and fame and everything. Yeah, that accounts for all their popularity. They ain't stars beyond the whole vague umbrella of reality star. And I'm sometimes divided on it, but I'm pretty sure my standpoint is reality show star is a crime that should be punishable by death.
Yeah. Although, to be fair, there are reality shows that actually move on to show that they have a talent. It's rare, but it happens. And I reference, I can't remember how to pronounce his last name. I think it's David Guntioli or something like that. I'm going to slaughter that one. He was the lead actor in Grimm.
Okay.
He actually got his start. I think it was on Road Rules.
Okay, not familiar with that one.
It was an MTV show. It was the start of the decline of MTV.
That far back?
Yeah. Okay, so there's the titanium pickaxe. which I am actually going to make alterations for all of these.
Okay. Where's the taxidermy bench? Have you set it back up, or?
Taxidermy bench, I believe, is actually in a cabinet somewhere.
Okay. Well, in that case, I will.
Yeah, here, I was going to set that up on the top floor up here.
Okay.
Let's go over here.
Just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing it, because I'd get some things to drop on it.
And I'm going to bring the salting bench up as well.
Say Bruce Jenner transitioned because he was a washed-up Olympian, was losing relevancy,
And killed a woman.
Yes, you see, I think that his transitioning was primarily driven by being in that house with those women.
I think it's because he killed a bitch.
That only works if the transition to killing her are close together. If there is really any significant chronological delay, then it doesn't follow.
I would say that it happened. The accident happened.
Yeah.
And then amidst drawing controversy, then all of a sudden it's like, my name's Caitlin.
Just hoping they're going to misfile the court documents.
Well, moreover, like
this?
it's a distraction. Like, I'm struggling with my identity. Look at this. Look at this wackiness I got going around me. Like,
look, I'm special.
Exactly. Pay no attention to the dead body that is over there because I decided I was going to text while driving.
Pay no attention to the dead chick behind the corner, behind the curtain. Okay. It would reference back to the previous incident because more light pointed at him helps draw away from it when it's Caitlin, not Bruce. Quick, how does a washed up celebrity gain more popularity? I don't know. I'm going to transition. Yay, LGBT support. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Did you set yourself on fire again?
Maybe. I may have landed on the fire when I dropped down. Maybe.
When we said you were flaming, that's not what we meant. Of course, we all say this, and then you forget about Matthew Broderick, too.
Or Tom Hanks.
Yeah, but Matthew Broderick didn't transition to get attention off him. He just fell off entirely. We definitely need more of these big boxes. I Actually, it'd probably be nice to do them with metal cabinets. Did the metal cabinets have a higher capacity?
Yes, but they use a lot of iron.
Oh, well, I mean, let me take a look. Which sort? Sort 20, 40, 60, 80. And we've got over 100 iron right now, and we've got some ore that's not smelted. Once the weather is done with us, I will take a run to the other iron drill with more fuel for it. Come on. Hit the door, not the buffalo.
I will do no such thing.
And more of that wrong game thing. I am so missing my grappling hook parachute combo from Ark. He was also Inspector Gadget, and it's in the which in the Word Godzilla movie, and he was referred to, or he was married. Worst Godzilla movie. There we go. And he was married to Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yeah.
What is that? 1 out of 3 ain't bad. The 1999 Godzilla 2000. People love to dump on that movie. Let me say, people love to dump on that movie.
I didn't think it was terrible, but it definitely wasn't good by any means.
Well,
It definitely wasn't a Godzilla
I'll give
movie.
you. Yeah, well, yeah, I'll give you the big, huge, crazy, insane issue with that movie. It wasn't a Godzilla movie. And if you take it out of that context of being a Godzilla movie, all of a sudden it gets significantly better.
Yeah.
Of course, it could just be that I'm easily entertained, but
I mean,
come on, if you don't try claiming that it's a Godzilla movie, you've just subverted all the expectations that they failed to meet and made it seem terrible. You know, everything else in it can pretty much fall under the, well, almost everything else in it can fall under the umbrella of suspension of disbelief.
composite, steel, and epoxy.
Not only bombed in the box office, it didn't even make sense, and Godzilla didn't even really show up until near the end of the film. Well, it's not a Godzilla movie. And so if you have a movie that you market as Godzilla and it's not a Godzilla movie, you're gonna have issues. Let's see, how's the weather doing now? It's just windy. And it's just about done. So let me grab the
1,
canister of
2,
biofuel.
3, 4,
Yeah.
5.
Yes, little one, you settle down right there, because if you're there, you can't kill me in the game. Yes, I get paranoid every single time I'm playing a game and my little baby panther hops in my lap, because every game I've played where inopportune interaction with the keyboard can result in my character's death, she has killed me. I've lost track of how many times she's killed me in Ark. 7 Days to Die, she has killed me in Moonshock 7 Days to Die streams. It was Godzilla up until Japan got super pissed and made the lore reflect that though the kaiju existed, they called it Jira, Godzilla. Yeah, Godzilla's Gojira. Ironically, when he was in Inspector Gadget, Evil Gadget did a Godzilla reference. Trying to remember anything I can about that. Or maybe I'm not trying to remember anything at all about that. The jury's out. No, Never Watch Alone notwithstanding, I can almost always find something in a movie to be entertained by. I don't look for high cinema most of the time. Give me a good popcorn flick. Give me something that's stupid fun. Heck, give me a mediocre horror movie where every character that I want to die dies in some brutal and vicious fashion. I think I might have eidetic memory when it comes to movies. I see it once or twice and I retain all the story for some reason. Don't know why. I have a very fun and interesting little thing on that. I've got a trick memory, that's very interesting for trivia sometimes. But I have no functioning mind's eye. I cannot visualize things. So
see, that's where we are different, because I can't help but visualize things, and it makes things incredibly awkward.
I'll admit it. I love trolling people like you, and I'm not going to do it right now. But you run into the just drop 4 or 5 words of just people like you, this super vivid mental image, and me, I'm like, yeah, I recognize the words, I know what they mean, but if you're not showing me a photograph of it, I can't see what it looks like. I can't get a mental picture of it. I recognize things I've seen before with extreme degrees of accuracy. I'll recognize a photograph I saw 10 years ago. I might even, if you made subtle changes to it, I might even recognize the changes. But I have to convert things in my head, for like stories and everything, movies and the like. Yes. I actually have to convert it into a mental narrative. I can't just do a stream of images in my brain. It does not work. So you also run into, I recognize movies I've watched before, usually when I'm watching them again, and I can usually, remember with a high degree of accuracy what's going on in the story, what's going to happen if I paid any attention the first time I watched it. But at the same time, I can hide my own Easter eggs.
Okay, so you have in the alteration bench a titanium pickaxe with a titanium knife, and then there's a titanium axe which we can split amongst ourselves for chopping wood.
All right. Yeah, exactly. It's like when Kefki was telling her story, I could imagine everything she was saying. You can't explain how that works. And you're like, yeah. Did not need that mental image.
Ah, come on, Dax.
Oh, let's see. What did he... Pelosi bending over on a cold day in December wearing a bright pink thong bikini and sunglasses giving you the wink. That's just a disturbing series of words by itself. That does not require getting a mental image to be disturbing.
And thank God for you for that. But that doesn't work for the rest of us.
Dude, it is a blessing and a curse. Because you have to think of the flip side of it. I can't, like just something as simple as I can't remember and picture my kids' faces without looking at photos of them, kind of thing.
All right, I'm going to put these
See,
back.
Dex, that's the kind of thing that I will dump on Tyr or I will dump on Satsu, because they also immediately get vivid mental images. Actually, I don't dislike those. I tease him. I don't dislike those two. I actually like Johnny, so I don't want to do that too. No, I like Tyr and Satsu just fine. So Tyr would love it. Yeah, Tyr would love it and love to hate it.
I have made a very startling discovery.
Okay.
As it pertains to Satsu. I was watching one of his streams earlier, and I was talking to my wife about this. And I go, does this guy look familiar to you? And I show her Satsu, and she goes, not particularly, no. And I go, he looks strikingly like someone I know. And I'm trying to picture who that is. And I'm sitting there, and I'm just like, there's got to be, like, I know who, I'm not crazy about this. And I was taking my quasi-quarterly stroll through Facebook. Mm-hmm. And I saw a picture of my sister with my nephew. And I'm like, son of a bitch. He looks exactly like my nephew. Mind you, my nephew is not black.
So he looks like if your nephew did blackface.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Can't explain it, but by golly, if I could face dox my nephew, I would totally show you guys. But I mean, it's not like one for one, like similarity. But there's enough similar features that you would look at you would look at the two of them next to each other and be like, "Are you guys related?"
Say if you whitewashed Satsu's photo or blackwashed your nephew's photo and you stuck the two next to each other and told somebody that they were brothers, you'd be believed.
Or at least like immediate relatives. Yeah.
Brothers or cousins. Like, yeah, I can see that family resemblance.
There is a base to your right. So if you get attacked by bear cubs, just let me know. I'm on my way.
Okay.
I should have eaten something.
Seeing I'm like creeping back slowly because I didn't take anything to ride when I went to hit that iron mine. It looks like it's off to the west of me, so I'm fine. Once I get the iron dropped off, I need to check the power thing to make sure that we're not overdrawing the supply.
I'm not too far away then.
Don't do that. You almost took a 12-gauge slug to the back.
Oh, that's a bear.
I think I just heard it.
And that's, you were going to stay away from that base, you little bitch. Oh, motherfucker.
Sort that. Grab that. That. Sort that. Grab that. That.
Iron knife. That's the only thing in here.
Wow.
I might just hold on to this crafting bench.
Say, like, is that the reward, really? You just stab me in the dick and call it even.
Oh, no, that's not the reward. That's just the...
the only thing that's in the
gift in the...
box.
The thing, yeah.
Material processor right around the... Or is that still down on the floor below?
Which one?
Material processor.
That's on the second floor. Where the smoker used to be.
I got a little bit of bone to pick and choose. Can't fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. You ain't gonna fool me again, George Bush Jr. As the song goes, I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. I love Paul Shanklin parodies. Upstairs, downstairs. So where's my power meter? There we go. Switch network type. Okay, we're still not doing bad on that at the moment.
I connected the water to the rest of it, so.
Let's see. Wait a moment. Okay, it is going up. What time of day? 10.
Flexible frame, raw bacon, bone.
10:30. We've got a chance. We might need another. We might need another solar panel and another battery, but we might still be good with what we got there. Funny enough, a lot of these kids these days do not remember Bush, so they don't have anything to go off of. That's why Trump is the smartest Republican president in recent history.
No, Dax, this is not a Sora Luna production.
When you come down to it, though, and everything, really, Reagan's the smartest president in my lifetime. Trump is up there, and both of them really were master trolls. But Reagan's much better speaker than Trump. I want to say Reagan half gone on Alzheimer's is a better speaker than Trump, which is just sad.
Right. But
there's more to being a good and successful president than being a skilled orator.
A cunning linguist.
You'd have to ask Melania about that. I do not want to opine. But if you go the other, if you're going the other way, Bush is not. I mean, Bush wasn't high genius material, but he was not as bad as they were desperate to paint him being.
The one thing that and maybe this is a moment of clarity, I guess, would be I was talking with a gal at a Warp Tour event, and she was registering people to vote.
Okay.
And I'm like, she's like, you registered to vote? And I'm like, yeah, I'm registered here. Does it matter which side? And she kind of just looks around and she goes, not really. One of my bosses says to try to get so many people to vote Democratic. And I go, is there really a difference? And she's like, not really. And I was like, okay.
I mean,
I was trying to pin her into a corner. I'm just like, I'm tired and I want to talk to someone for a second. So it doesn't shock me that, now looking back on it, That doesn't shock me that was a thing, but
So yeah, if you, especially if you just listen to me talk and everything, I sound a whole lot younger than I am. I can talk a whole lot younger than I am and everything. So it's easy to forget that I'm 50. But I've lived a while, you know, seen a few things, and you know, the in the political parties, they really are, to a large degree, two sides of the same coin, but not exactly, because they're not completely even and equal there.
yeah.
There's still, I mean, there's, at this point, you know, it's a big drive in corruption and everything. There's, it's like Dad Forge said, you know, basically, everyone in Washington, everyone in politics is corrupt, and you know, you don't go to the DC. You know, one of the reasons you don't go to DC is you don't want to get the corruption on you. I'd give it a, you know, I'd give that a little bit of a qualifier too, because there have been a few politicians in my life that I would say, you know, on a whole, I don't think that they were corrupt or bad, or even, you know, I don't think they were tyrants, and I don't think that they were violating their oath of office. One of them, great man, Paul Henry, he passed on a while back, cancer, very sad. We named the highway after him, hereabouts, but I don't think that he was corrupt. Generally speaking, I'd say Rand Paul, I would not apply the Washington corruption label to him. So
Yeah.
there's a few exceptions, but you know, all the rest, they kind of prove the rule. But there's a, even when I was a lot younger, most of the Democrats, not all of them, but most of them still kind of fell under a mold of going back 200, 250 years, where it's like, hey, I absolutely hate this politician. You know, some of our founding fathers despised each other.
Yeah.
It's like, I absolutely hate this guy. I think he is wrong in everything. But I think he wants, you know, I think he actually loves the country and he wants what's best for the country. He's just wrong about what would actually be good for the country. And I would say that a significant percentage of Democrats 40, 45 years ago still fell into that mold. It's like, you know, not evil, just wrong. You know, they actually want what's best for the country. They're just wrong in every aspect over what's good for the country.
Yeah.
You get way too many today that actually actively hate the country and want it to fail.
Oh, you mean someone who's spiritually 5'2"? Does that ring a bell to you?
That one does not. That seems like it should.
That is AOC's description of, I think, was it Mike Johnson? I'm not sure if it was Mike Johnson.
Okay. Well,
But
so
yeah,
the funny
so
thing
this
is,
is-
I don't actually.
That's her
I
description.
don't actually think.
And he's
Go ahead.
actually 5'10", and she's just like, well, I just meant spiritually. He's spiritual. Like Andrew Tate is spiritually 5'3". I'm like, bitch, just shut up.
See, I would grant the potential that she may authentically believe that she wants what's best for the country and is just too dumb to recognize any of the places she's wrong. Because if I have to go with I'm a hiring manager and I need the smartest candidate for the job and my options are AOC and a glass of water, well, boy, be thirsty. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
But the so you get a lot of this, and yeah, there is a lot more corruption, a lot more tyranny on the Republican side now than there used to be. But I think that on a whole, if you're doing, let's break it down, the lists of politicians that love the country, want what's best for it, and actually have a clue. So the next side of the spectrum is politicians who love the country and want what's best to it, don't have a clue, to politicians that hate the country, want what's worst for it, don't have a clue, and the ones that the last group being, more towards the Obama, hate the country, know what they're doing, say hate the country, want what's the worst for it, and actually know what they're doing.
Right.
Because I don't for a second believe that Obama is a stupid man any more than I believe for a second that he actually liked the country and wanted what was best for it. He wanted the country to be harmed, and he knew what he was doing. And if you take that, if you call that the spectrum of good to bad, you will have members of both parties in each category. But you will have more Republicans in the category of loving their country and wanting what's best for it than you will have in hating the country and wishing it ill. And you'll have more Democrats in the category of hating the country and wishing it ill than you'll see Republicans there, if that makes sense. But too many of them on both sides are tyrants, and the more time passes, the worse it's getting. Do I believe Michelle is Michael? Personal opinion, 85% yes. I leave 15% chance open that she's just, that Michelle is a woman with just unfortunate face and bone structure. Oh, get off me! No, bear. That was close. What is with all the animals attacking me all of a sudden? Did you do something to the animals?
I did nothing.
Sure. Pull out the Sergeant Clean. I know nothing. I'll harvest these and get back inside. Yeah, Michelle just happened to fall off the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down. And it's that is another one on the table of possibilities. Fell off the ugly tree, hit every branch on the way down. Didn't think that was fair. Climbed back up and fell again. Nice shot.
Yeah, that's my 10th shot. So Though to be fair, it's a bit different than shooting like a buffalo.
Yeah, they're a little bit smaller, especially for the headshots.
There you go.
Let's see. Throw in the raw meat, the raw bacon. You know, do anything special with raw white meat, or just toss it in and cook?
Either toss it in the cook or toss it in the thing to become biofuel.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Actually, come to think of it, this is, we got lots of food cooked right now, and it's just like, hey, you can just you can become gas.
If you put in the wooden one, it'll become rotten faster.
Oh, wow.
So.
I don't really care about it being too fast on that.
Yeah.
We're intermittent on needing the biofuel right now, so.
I need to make some food, so squash. Roast vegetables. Carrots. Okay. Do we have carrots? We do have carrots. Okay.
And yeah, this is you get it. It could go either way with Michelle. I get called conspiracy theorist today, so I just looked at this. But it reminds me that just I'm wired differently, and some of that wiring is pattern recognition and the like, and I keep running into that. My favorite one is when somebody tries to hit me with a "you don't know that, you can't know that." No, not quite the case. I can look at the evidence and know that. I can make the connections. You may not be able to know that on the evidence presented so far, but don't try to limit me by your own incompetence. But that's the one. I always love it when somebody goes, when I reach a conclusion and somebody tells me, you don't know that, you can't know that, because every single time it's happened, I've been right, and they have had to come back days, months, in a couple of occasions, years later, and not necessarily, say, we've been convinced of this, we've seen the evidence now, this is going on. It's like, yeah, that's what I told you back then.
I remember there was one time I had told you this was the thing.
There's a difference between pattern recognition and full-on conspiracy theory, at least in your opinion. Yeah, well, that's the thing. To people who, and I'll fully admit it, a significant portion of it, I'm sure, is the fact that my brain is wired differently. I'm autistic. I truly am. High functioning, sure. I have been diagnosed. OCD, few other things where my brain is wired sideways. I fully, at this point, I acknowledge and own those things, but it also means that I can make the connections and see the patterns on less information usually. And that's not a, it's like, okay, there is underlying evidence and data to support it. That's that's a actual data driven conclusion. It's not a, hey, I'm wildly speculating a conspiracy theory over things based on only the loosest connections. I function on solid connections. It's just fewer connections than some people are comfortable with because they can't see the tie if there's not enough data points. He's artistic like that German guy. Get him. Well, I mean, I do have my watching paint dry stream, but I don't actually consider myself an artist. And I probably would fail out or be rejected by art school, but for good reason. That that Austrian guy was actually a pretty decent artist, and the 1940s would have probably been a lot kinder and more peaceful time had they recognized that he was truly skilled with art and not been total jackholes to him. Not saying that justifies any of the things he did, just saying that we could have dodged a worldwide bullet had they recognized his artistic ability. Yeah. Say what you will and should about Hitler, but his art wasn't half bad. Exactly. And I mean, yeah, you got to have a little bit of respect for the guy that shot Hitler. Not a lot, but you got to have a little bit of respect for the guy that killed Hitler. Say he was a true monster in so many regards, but was art school not just a better choice? It would have been a better choice. Of course, you look at I'll call him Dolphy. You look at Dolphy and
Fuck you,
compare.
Dolphy.
You compare Dolphy to our current political climate and everything, and where any one of his policy positions aligns with a major U.S. political party or the mainstream supporters of a major U.S. political party, it's the Democrats. You know that he was vegetarian and anti-smoking.
You don't say.
So all those vegans, secretly Dolphy fans. Are you sure on Stone? Could have sworn we had Stone upstairs still.
No, I'm just fiddling around with the pickaxe, really.
Testing it. Oh yeah, was that on the foundry or was that on the
Alteration bench?
Alteration bench. Taint come to Papa and the knife. Ooh, you is pretty.
And food is available. Oh, yep. It's upstairs now.
Yeah, he was so anti-smoking. He let like his officers and the like smoke, but it was like, yeah, you gotta be go to this room over here and smoke when he's not present. You don't want to be smoking when he's around. That is actually a pretty good point. The Washington Monument looks like a giant abstract joint. spliff, that puff puff pass. Yeah, it kind of does. I can tell you it looks nothing like the guy, though. That's for sure. See, I see this waterfall, and I just want to go jumping off of it, but I don't have a parachute to soften the landing.
Well, if you aim in just the right spot, you'll hit the deep enough water, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, like I said,
I can't promise you where that deep spot's going to be.
Yeah, I got the games where I've got the specific thing that I like in that game, and then I get annoyed when I don't have them in another game. So like Arc gives me the grappling hook parachute combo.
All right, let me see if I can find a spot for you here, because I think right there, that should be good. So let's go for it. Cliff diving, boom! Oh shit, I overjumped.
Did you hit a rock?
Yep. And I'm unconscious. Can you come get me?
Sure. I gotta ditch the rocks real quickly because that pick is nice and it's fast.
Oh yeah.
And all of a sudden I get encumbered because I just cleared out the stone too fast.
If you use the string jerky and the dried string meat, it speeds you up even more.
Let's see. Going to run down this rather than jumping and oh, there you is. I'll jump from here. Managed to not break my leg even, surprisingly. There you go.
All right.
Let's see, as far as deep water goes, there is right close to it here. So I'm pretty much straight down from that corner.
Yeah, I was aiming right here.
Yeah.
And needless to say, I overshot that by quite a bit.
Yeah. Or his Jane Johnson that he told the king to F himself. Yeah, that's they had to go metaphorical. It was like well, he just told the king to F off. That's pretty big dick energy there. Let's memorialize that. Yeah, so, but I like Satisfactory. I like the slide jump. Arc, the grappling hook and the parachute. I can go from like one end of a forest to another without touching the ground, riding the parachute and using the grappling hook for propulsion. Climb a cliff, you can do it with that combo. You're halfway across the map. Your bird is exhausted, but if you land, you're guaranteed to die. You jump off the bird, hit the parachute, you grapple to the bird, and as long as you're not riding it, its stamina recovers. I think I like... I think I like the trench shotgun in Icarus a little better than the one in Arc. I like 7 Days to Die sniper rifle better than the one in Arc, I think. But each game brings its own little thing. Wonder if the Founding Fathers were just more badass and funny than history actually does. They definitely were. Oh, I'll tell you. I had this great book, Spies of the Revolution, and the common story George Washington, super honest guy and everything like that. When it comes to dealing with war and espionage and everything, though, the guy could spin a yarn with the best of them. He was more than happy to say, oh, hey, this person is suspicious. Yeah, let's come up with some very creative stories to tell him. Oh, we got a chance that somebody might be sneaking in to try and check out my papers. Let's leave some deliberately deceptive ones there to tell a story that's like just completely the opposite of the truth.
Now, I was talking with my dad, and he's like, I don't think you could have a historical drama, because nowadays they'd have them say fuck every 15 seconds. And I looked at them and I go, do you think they had the word back then? And he goes, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm pretty sure they had a fuck word.
Oh, I'm pretty
back in the 1700s. If it at least wasn't fuck itself.
Yeah. Not only are sure they had a word for it, Franklin probably used it 2 or 3 times a conversation, at least.
There was at least a word, some sort of literary equivalent.
Yeah,
to fuck back then.
And of course, I mean, other things where the people that far in history just total, the brass balls the size of a medium-sized mall. You run into the oh, hey, I'm going to challenge you to a duel. Let's see. I'm 6'5" and built like a tank. You're 5 foot even and built like you were cobbled together in from a junk drawer. Okay, you challenged me. I picked the weapon. Sledgehammers in 6 feet of water.
Gelatin wrestling, sir. Let's do this. What?
That actually happened. There was like a 1.5 foot discrepancy between them. The one's like 6'5", and it's like, well, as the challenged party, I get to pick the weapon, for the duel. Okay, sledgehammers in 6 feet of water. Well, if that guy's holding a sledgehammer, his head's never getting above water. You get people in the past who basically shrugged off getting shot to finish a political speech.
All hail
and
Teddy.
Yeah. And Reagan was pretty close to pulling that off, too. I mean, Trump, the funny thing is Trump would have in Pennsylvania, but the Secret Service suddenly started doing the job that they hadn't done up to that point. It's one of those things. A lot of historical, a lot of presidents far enough back in history, they didn't have any of this to go on. But when it comes to the president's safety, the president has no say. The final, the final arbiters of something is acceptable to be in his itinerary is basically the Secret Service, because if it comes to hey, you're going to be in a place where somebody is going, is actively shooting at you or potentially actively shooting at you, or you're going to be in a bunker, the president doesn't get a vote. So you get like the 2020 riots in DC and people trying to make jokes about Trump being in the bunker under the White House. Yeah, that's because he had no authority not to be. Well, yeah, Trump has got the whole U.S. equivalent of "don't mess with Texas." I kind of get the feeling that he takes the general concept of you don't touch the boats and tries to expand it to you don't mess with America in general. And, say what you want about the guy. Say all kinds of bad things about the guy. I don't care. I don't like him. I never have. I still don't particularly like him as a person or anything, but I think that he's not as dumb as they try to make him out to be in the media, and he has he is a successful business person. He is has more of the business savvy than a lot of people in politics, and he has been a better and more successful president than anyone we've had in 35 years. And he's not establishment, which kind of makes a difference these days. Yeah, Trump is old school New Yorker, which does say a lot. Sadly, most New Yorkers these days aren't old school New Yorkers. Yeah, soldiers who had power made some stuffy ladies mad, and then they made the pastors spew garbo to get conformity. My headcanon, no stealing. Dax is talking about seeing a lot of the quote-unquote naughty words in old writings.
I should have brought the axe along with me if I'd have known this was going to happen.
Chop up some trees to get blown over?
Yeah. I mean, it's not like it's impossible for...
Yeah, last time I did that, I ran out of inventory space to hold the wood before I ran out of trees. Oh, and to get back to because I was talking about in my moderately long life now and everything, and the reminder that I'm older than I sound by a bit. You go in my lifetime, and as far as just the dumbest presidents we've had in my lifetime would have to be Carter and Biden. It was like, say what you want about about the two, at least Biden had the excuse of dementia. And I mean, on a personal level, I mean, Jimmy Carter seemed to be a really nice guy, liked people, cared about the homeless. I mean, he did a lot of good stuff for Habitat for Humanity, but you take him outside that context and the peanut farmer, well, to say he's dumber than a box of rocks was like a huge understatement. I mean, that's so severe. Boxes of rocks are insulted by the comparison. The glass, composites, carbon fiber, and electronics.
I mean, Hal Prospero could even probably talk us through some of the more political side of that aspect. Just, yeah, she's well versed.
Yeah, the thing is, I would actually believe that Carter wanted what was best for the country. Too stupid to know what that was, but wanted what was best for the country. Sadly, I also think he's the only Democrat president in my entire lifetime that actually wanted what was good for the country. With an asterisk on Biden that I think that he is too far gone mentally to have a notion of if he wanted something to be good or bad for the country by the time he took the office of president.
Yeah.
They talk about Reagan being half gone or maybe a little more than half gone on Alzheimer's by the time he got out of office. He was still better off when he left office than Biden was when he entered. I lived through both of them, and I remember. And if Monkey wants to say, I don't know if Monkey agrees with me or disagrees with me on that, I will fight him on that one. And yes, that would be one cripple fighting another cripple. You can put your belts down. But you get Clinton. I mostly think Clinton was ambivalent about what was good or bad for the country. He wanted what was good for Clinton. And Barack, I won't call him stupid for a moment. I think he knew exactly what he was doing. He was aiming for some of the outcomes that he got, couldn't get some of the other outcomes that he wanted. But Barack definitely, to what I saw, in my opinion, actively wanted to harm the country, wanted what was bad for it, hated it, and tried. Carmen's voice will never leave us. I literally said that out loud at the same time. Apparently Biden had brain cancer a few weeks ago and suddenly magically gone. Something fishy. Well, I know he's got pancreatic cancer. I mean, this is Biden. That might be where his brain is.
The rectal cranial inversion.
I had a phrase for it. I'm just trying. There's a very specific word that I had because this rectal cranial, not inversion. This is basically another word for them intersecting or trying to cohabit the same space. And I just can't think of the word right now. And no, I can't visualize it in my head because my brain also doesn't work that way. Let's see. Electronics, organic resins.
Refined wood, cured leather, fur chest leather, first chest armor, sugar cane, and seeds. That doesn't help us anyway.
That sounds rather.
Refined wood it is.
Hey, refined wood is actually it's kind of a pricey resource, so
Yeah.
they took our gerbs. Just realized why I kept clenching up those beeps. Sometimes remind me of my McDonald's days. Not exactly the same, but noticeable in my subconscious. I apologize. Not much, but I apologize. Basically, hitting the end of the current load on my insulin pump, so it's telling me, hey, we're low, you need to do the refill thing. That's it's exactly what I'm going to do. First thing I can do after the stream is go refill my pancreas, and then
As one does.
yeah, as one does. Exactly. Yeah, you get me. Exactly, as one does. Well, hey, my pancreas is empty. Time to go refill it. And that's the way that's exactly the way it works. Yeah. Or something.
Where is the mine?
I don't know, but I hear Duddit sees it. Is insulin just damage over time? Yes and no. If all you do for it is insulin, it is definitely damage over time. If you try to do other things to work on your well-being as well, it can be very much good for you, because you gotta figure diabetic like me, my immune system hates me and wants me dead.
I forgot, you mentioned you were 1 or 2.
Yeah, I got misdiagnosed initially. I am A1.
Okay.
Adult onset, but I am A1.
There is, when my son was diagnosed, I reached out through Twitter to a lot of people who were type 1 diabetics.
Mm-hmm.
And I discovered a lot of messed up stories, too, with regard to... Oh, I'll have to shut it down soon. Like how people found out they were diabetics. Like Buster Douglas, for example. Boxer, if you don't know. Found out after a fight when he almost put himself into a coma.
All right, it's you eat one too many candy bars after a fight.
Well, no, because he had to cut weight.
Oh no! Oh, that's...
And then when he cut weight and then got done with the fight, he's like, hey, I'm not feeling too good. And they're like, oh, you don't look too good. And a coma. He's in a coma.
Feeling a little woozy right here.
He's in a coma for a bit, and then, yeah, that's when they found out he was diabetic.
Yeah, well, there's no good way to find out that you're diabetic, but there are better ways than that.
All right.
See, and I didn't.
Since we're here, we'll pack stuff up.
Silica ore. And make some more glass. Looking at the power structure, I do want to. I'm getting just enough fluctuation there. I want to get another battery and another solar panel in there because we're running too close to out anytime the night or weather interferes too much.
Okay. Yeah, we could probably use another generator. Oh, that's because our generator's down.
Well, I don't want to rely on the generator anyway. It's a suitable backup in a pinch, but should not to be going for the hey, we're running on it as a general course thing. Composite paste, which needs okay.
Of course, if
Platinum
we
and iron or gold and iron. Gold, iron, platinum.
I kind of wish because you can make the giant biofuel container.
Yeah.
I wish that biofuel container would at least run like the smaller biofuel container, where you can just attach it to your generator and just have it run without having to constantly look at it.
Without having to constantly run yourself.
Yeah.
Up and down, up and down. Left and right, up and down. Yeah, I know, I hear you.
Alright. So let's...
That's the silica ore. But yeah, it was the...
I don't know why I did that.
As far as discovering I was diabetic, it was, initially it was certain symptoms that are fairly consistent. The can't stop drinking, can't stay out of the bathroom, and start rapid weight loss.
Well, my youngest, he would start drinking, and then because he usually doesn't drink water when it comes to like drinking, and so when the body says, "Hey, I need water," you kind of listen to it. And so yeah, he would pour himself a glass of water, down it, like near choking on it, and then would just go on to the next glass and just keep going, to the point where he'd throw up, and then just get right back into it.
Yeah, when it first hit like that, I went from I've got at my desk, do kind of a dry environment, do a lot of talking and everything. So 2 20-ounce tumblers, and I might go through 40 ounces between start of day and first break. I might go through 60, and kind of I've always been thirsty anyway, so kind of carry on similar rate, maybe slow down a little bit across the day. And I went from that to my work day started at 9:30 and I was 120 ounces in by 11.
Right.
And not slowing down because I couldn't.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Yeah, can't stop, won't stop. Yeah, can't sleep, the kind will get me. But went through all of that, and then it was, say, the first thing that gave the indicator suggestion that I might have been diagnosed as the wrong kind of diabetic, because they looked at a basically overweight person my age who used to assume that it's type 2.
Yeah.
Was the ending up in the hospital with ketoacidosis, which is
Never
it's
a
not
good time.
impossible. It's not impossible for type 2 to do, but it's about as close to impossible for a type 2 to do without being impossible as you can medically get by comparison. So it's like, okay, this is the first indicator, and they started looking at the trends between weight and A1C. And they can go, together, where your weight goes up, your A1C goes up, weight goes down, A1C goes down. That is typical of a type 2. And I was running the opposite. When my weight went down, my A1C went up. When my weight went up, my A1C went down. That is another type 1 indicator. And they're like, you really, talk to an endocrinologist. You should be tested for this specifically. And it's like, yeah, we're going to do a blood draw, do the whole immune response testing and everything. Like, yeah, no, you're type 1. There's like now 3 or 4 specific indicators that are exclusively type 1 as far as like the blood draw and the immunological response and everything. And I was indicating all but one of them, kind of thing. So it was, yeah, it's solid. It's definite. You're type 1. Okay, well, that's good to know. Well, that kind of changes things up. That also makes it problematic, because there's exactly one diet that works for me for losing weight, and that is the keto diet, which is not particularly safe for type 1.
Right.
So I got to work other ways on losing weight again.
All right. So, in the meantime, I'm going to switch us over to the screen of wheels.
To the screen of wheels. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. Yeah, you've always got to be careful, and with a medicine, talk to your doctor, talk to your pharmacist, talk to any given medical professional and scientist. And sometimes the one thing with insulin, at least, yeah, it's got the potential for select complications, but it is very much specifically you take it and you try and deal with those complications, or you don't take it and you die. It might have some damage over time aspect, but that's better than being nuked from orbit. But don't talk to the dealer around the corner. You know what? My guess is that he's probably not going to be the most knowledgeable or useful resource in certain medical directions. But unless you're planning on using his product and then, like getting behind the wheel or doing something that can endanger other people, okay, you do you. I'm not fussed by it.
All right.
Of course, you got to keep in mind that a lot of that stuff would be bad for you.
So we have our contestants, Dax Orion, Critical Thinker or Remember Passing, Green Badger Outdoors, and the Furry Bastard. So let us see who wins.
Wheel of Morality, turn.
Let's go from 1 second to 60. So
Damn, he had references from Dr. Dre. That corner pharmacist had references from Snoop. That's all I'm saying.
Dope, dope, dope. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. It's always close. All right.
Oh,
let's take a look at what he has won.
Just over the line. I got a sore throat. Here, take this. Side effects include dizziness, sleepiness, constant nightmare, and leakage and impotency. I forget if it was Jeff Foxworthy or Bill Engvall. One of the two had this really great little thing on medical advertisements on TV and going through the list of the potential side effects include. And go through.
I think they've both done it.
Say, goes through all these things. Depression, tire damages, and death. You know, just like. Now, to be fair, you must take some of that with a grain of salt, because they essentially have to report any side effect that they saw in the test groups that deviated in any significant way from the control. So if you test, if you do a controlled test with 1,000 people, 500 on the placebo and 500 on the real thing, and nobody on the placebo dies and 2 people on the real thing die, you have to say, possible side effects include death. Well, I mean, what are the odds? Pretty darn low in that particular case, but it's possible.
All right, I am clear. Are you?
Yeah, I'm out.
Okay. All right, and so I will actually send you the code for Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor, and that is yours to do what you want. Let's see here. Tomorrow it's going to be Hammer, Terry, and Jen for the minions. And then Thursday, still waiting on word from a couple people, but I will be doing a Jackbox stream on my channel for the first time in forever. So that will be definitely a fun time. So far we have, let's see, I have my list here. Me, Terry, Frosted, Dax, Camel, Sanguine, and Vincent Von Doom. So that will be. Oh. It's been a long time since I've actually streamed with Vince. He's always a good dude. And I'm waiting on word from Sora. So maybe we'll get Sora in with us. We'll see. But with that, the zoo is closed. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye, all. So, got out of the game just in time to have Baby Panther.